Hey, so what's going on, guys? Hopefully you watched the previous video that led you to this. This is going to be my first impressions on Black Panther. It's going to be a free-flowing forum talk. I'm not going to have anything written down, no planned anything. I'm just going to be me talking, so I'm going to kick my legs up, relax, and I'm going to let my thoughts run. If there's anything rambling or whatever, I might just cut it off and or if I think it's irrelevant later in editing, I'll cut it off and just jump to the next point. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Black Panther was a good movie. I liked it a lot, and it was reminiscent of Batman movies for me. Guy who's not really has superpowers. Yes, he has like the power of the Black Panther, and that's like supernatural as opposed to just hard work, which he already has for hard work. When they have to challenge for the ruler of Wakanda, they have this ritual and stuff, and then it shows that it has to be like no superpowers, whatever. So, anyways, trying actually not to spoil any much. I think that's going to be it for spoilers, because I don't want any of that in. Anyway, so first impressions are it's good. I liked it, and it's pretty cool. It's for reminiscent of being in Africa and watching like things on TV back in the days when I used to watch TV. SBC2 and stuff like that, and even like events and stuff like the Durban July and things where everyone comes in their traditional outfits and stuff, and it's very reminiscent, like living in Africa. It was like, oh, that's fucking cool. It looks like something that's like appropriate for our televisions, as opposed to all this like westernized European and American films, which it is, and it is a Marvel film after all, and honestly speaking, guy comes on out on top like every time, which isn't surprising. One of the reasons why I lead more towards DC, but it's hard to talk about actual cinematic movies because you condense like a bunch of comic book works and stuff into a very short span of time, whereas a lot of things like the cartoons and the series and stuff kind of you hit more time. It's always a better format because you get more time, you can make mistakes. It's nice. I wore my Marvel shirt. Here's Iron Man, Captain America, I think, and Hulk on it. Went like this, and I watched the movie. It was pretty cool in terms of like it's nice that they weren't like a bunch of gigantic action scenes. It was like the amount of action was appropriate to the movie, to the context, because the villain doesn't have amazing superpowers and he's not like fucking shooting laser blasts. I mean, we all have the understanding of the vibranium and its weaponized capabilities. But anyways, talking about the villain, I thought that the villain's backstory was oversimplified, and it got the point done because the simplification made his motives very understandable. But I feel like they spent so much time trying to introduce T'Challa as a character to the universe when he already had his first appearance, and as someone who really, which I guess is unfair for me because as someone who already understands it, watched some series and anime, and read a couple comics, watches a couple YouTube videos on comics every now and again, it's unfair for me to say that, hey, you guys as the broader Marvel Cinematic Universe don't need an understanding. So you do need to have an understanding of the backstory. So understand why they focused on it, just for the context of the movie. I felt like his part was so small. But other than that, moving back onto the person I was speaking of is the villain, just to remind you, because I feel like given I rambled so much that I went off topic. Anyways, so in terms of humor, like it is a Marvel movie and it's reminiscent of Thor Ragnarok, where the Hulk and Thor was making a bunch of laughy jokes. And the funny thing is I always wear this fucking shirt when I go watch these Marvel movies. Anyways, long story short, T'Challa and his family and most of the like bigger, like let's say like tier 2 characters and stuff are very funny. They make a lot of jokes to each other and stuff, and it feels very humanizing as opposed to this figure that you look up to and is extremely powerful and is unreachable and unattainable, whereas T'Challa is more humanizing in the sense that you can he seems like a real person, which I guess he is. Nothing special about him, and this brings me back to the point of the Batman movies. Whereas Batman revolutionized the way storytelling for superheroes works, I don't think Black Panther is in a position to revolutionize the way Marvel Cinematic Universe works. In the sense that they've already established over the past, 10, 15 years, how they're going to run the storyline for the Infinity War thing. So it's hard to like backpedal now and go more into like the spiritual, like social issue, attacking things, especially based on the source material being developed in the 90s, so in the 80s and the 70s and the fucking the whole 1900s. So it's hard to like engage with a lot of issues. Do I think it did what it did well? Yes. Social issues, it encountered political issues, it encountered human issues, like as the global village, I guess. Problem is, you encountered them in a very fictional sense, that fictional nation with fictional technology and all that stuff. It's hard to tie in. Other than that, I think the movie as a whole was a good experience. It was very entertaining and the action was appropriate at the right time. It was very reminiscent of a Marvel movie where you knew that the good guy was going to come out on top and you knew that the story needed to continue. It brought in characters and ideas from the cinematic universe that's already built and just continued with the world building. So it did extend the experience and that's pretty good. Other than that, I can't really say much. I don't really know what else to say, so I think I'm going to snap my fingers and magically I'm gone. Bye!